woke up feeling dangerous. What's up?
Mayfield fakes a reverse. He throws a screen to Chubb. 10, 5, touchdown, Nick Chubb.
Hey, let's go. Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go. What's up?
Mayfield shotgun back to pass. Baker throws. Caught. It's Duke Johnson. He's going in. Touchdown.
Hey, one play at a time. Look at this drive, man. 92 yards right here. What's up?
Second down and 10, takes the snap, gives it. Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb. Chubb will run the home. 92 yards.
Yeah, baby. Hey, you see my hand up?
Yeah, baby.
You see my hand up? That's the longest run in franchise history. Wow.
Go, Thomas.
Bro, see my hand off on that play?
Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Everything Browns Nation. It is 11 o'clock in the morning in Columbus, Ohio, that is. Where are you watching? Let me know in the comment section. This is Everything Browns Nation. We are on a bye week, ladies and gentlemen. So there is one thing I do know. We will not win and we will not lose. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming off that win against the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan, the 28-16 victory, ladies and gentlemen. And if you listen to the intro, you listen to Baker Mayfield. Boy, was he pumped up and was he on one last Sunday. As he said it best, he was feeling dangerous. Yes, he was. Welcome to Everything Browns Nation here on Fan Chat Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going. Clyde says, what's going, Corey? Watching from Columbus. Let me know where you're watching from, ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday morning, week 11 in the NFL. We will not have Browns football. Let me know where you are watching from, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great Sunday. I feel it because we can't lose and we can't win, and I love it. I can't be wrong for once. Gee, I can't be wrong. I am so happy about that. I see Eddie Stats is in the comment section. Thanks for watching, Eddie. I had a rough, stressful Saturday. Ohio State had me almost have a heart attack yesterday. So if I seem a little bit stressed, that is why. Eddie says, what's up? Jimmy says, enjoy a victory for one more week, LOL. Yes, we will. Enjoy the victory. It felt good. It felt great. Nothing like a Browns victory. Ladies and gentlemen, defeating the Falcons, ending our 4-game losing streak, 28-16. Baker and Nick Chubb went to work. 216 yards, 3 touchdowns for Baker, 176 yards for Nick Chubb, a 92 yards franchise-long scamper for Nick Chubb, Rookie of the Week, FedEx Ground Player of the Week for Nick Chubb. Man, has he panned out and looks like Dorsey knows what he is doing. Now, I am a man of my word, and like I said, whenever I'm wrong, I am going to call myself out. And last week, if you were not watching, wherever you were, this is what I had to say last week about the game and about the Browns against the Falcons. This is what I predicted. A portion of the show where people are going to hate me, but that is okay. I got thick skin. I can take it. I'm a realist and a fan at the same time. And if I'm wrong, I will roast myself. I like being wrong. That's what y'all don't understand. I love it because it means my team wins. But I don't see it today. And I just don't see it. I don't see us winning. I could be wrong. But I think Atlanta beats us today 34-24. I think we lose by 10 in a valiant effort, but I think Atlanta and that offense is just too much for us today. 34-24, I think we lose by 10. Well, I don't know who that imposter was last week. He was speaking some blasphemy, talking about the Browns were going to lose to Atlanta. That guy was terrible. And Kawhi Leonard, he also had something to say about that prediction. Kawhi Leonard thought that was hilarious. Kawhi Leonard was laughing at me and my terrible prediction about the Atlanta Falcons beating Cleveland. Kawhi said, "What? You picked the Falcons to beat the Browns? Are you serious?" Kawhi, I know I am terrible and I deserve to get laughed at and ridiculed. So if you roast me in the comment section, I deserve it. That's what I get. You know what I forgot when I made that prediction, ladies and gentlemen? Matt Ryan and the Falcons is the same franchise who gave up the most points in a Super Bowl to Tom Brady and the Patriots. Now I know it's Tom Brady. I don't care. I forgot when I made that prediction who I was dealing with. They were coming in on a hot streak, and I got caught up in my emotions, and I picked them, and that's what I get, ladies and gentlemen, for picking the Atlanta Falcons. So Kawhi, you go ahead and laugh and you let us know, hey, you're a fun guy. Kawhi is fun, and I'm fun with my wrong predictions going against the Atlanta Falcons. That's what I get, and we sent them packing with that L. That's what I get. So, ladies and gentlemen, everything Browns Nation, I appreciate everybody who is making a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you are making those comments from: Columbus, Cleveland, Arizona, Dallas, Idaho, Montana, wherever you're at. If you're in Dorsey's office, if you're texting Condoleezza Rice right now, because I seen it in the comment section, and oh, it is true, as Kurt Angle would say. Let us know on the poll question. Do you want Condoleezza Rice as your next Cleveland Browns coach? Because Adam Schefter just broke the news that Dorsey himself wants to interview Condoleezza Rice as the Browns' next head coach. Now, before you all lose your mind, everybody I have seen goes in Dorsey we trust. Everybody I have seen goes in Dorsey we trust. He can do no wrong. And so far, he hasn't. He has hit every move on the money. Get rid of Carlos Hyde. Boom. In Jacksonville, 1.8 yards per carry. And I think he's had about 9 carries at 1.8 yards per attempt. And we got a draft pick out of it. And Nick Chubb has looked like a superstar. Check the Dorsey. Baker Mayfield first pick. I know it's early, but boy, if you heard the intro and the mic'd up, he's got the Browns fired up. Boom. Check for Dorsey. Looks like he's going to be a franchise quarterback. He fired Hugh Jackson, sent him packing after him and Todd Haley was arguing like a married couple who weren't getting along. And Freddie Kitchens is running the wishbone, beating Matt Ryan and them pathetic Atlanta Falcons. And Kawhi Leonard is laughing at me because I don't know how to pick a team, my team. And there goes Kawhi laughing again. Check to Dorsey. So, hey, now he's going to interview Condoleezza Rice, who was the original member of the College Football Playoff Committee until 2017. She was in the trenches. She picked our Ohio State Buckeyes when we beat Alabama and Oregon. She was in there writing on her sticky notes, taking notes. She said Zeke's going to do what he has to do. She was in the trenches. So before you all lose your mind and go, who is Condoleezza Rice to even get an interview for our Cleveland Browns? We all say in Dorsey, we trust. This is the same man who just got Patrick Mahomes, and in Kansas City, he is beating everybody except the Patriots. I know, but everybody says that's the GOAT. So does that really count? He is taking names as he goes. Who drafted him? Dorsey. So don't lose your minds. Don't go crazy. This is Dorsey we're talking about. And everybody says he knows everything. So he has a grand master plan. Calm down. Don't go crazy. So now I'm going to ask the question again after I just went on that soliloquy. Do you want Condoleezza Rice as your head coach? Or do you even want her to take an interview? Let me know in the comment section. How do you feel about that? Now I am going to go in the comment section and to see how you guys feel about that. Eddie says, heck, everyone picked Atlanta. Calvin says, how about those Browns? Didn't see that coming. Steven says, it's okay, Corey. We have our faults. And Calvin said, I said Atlanta too, so I'm with you. Hey, everybody's giving me a little bit of backing except Kawhi Leonard, who just keeps laughing. Calvin says, Dayton, Ohio is in the house. Matthew says, we all make mistakes, so no big deal. Eddie says, Browns GM must be drinking. So Eddie is not with Dorsey on this one. Calvin says, I'm not big on Dorsey. I say wait out for the rest of the season. If we beat the last of these big dogs, I'll consider. Scott says, Dorsey should fire the Haslams. Calvin says what he says. Blaine says, coach, no. NFL commish, yes. Greg and Steven says Greg Williams needs to be our head coach. Calvin says Greg has to get the rest of these wins first. Okay. So a lot of people are in the Greg Williams side of this here. Ian says he sees this as a publicity stunt. So he sees it as, hey, Dorsey is the first guy to give a woman a chance at the head coaching position. Look at Dorsey. Look at him getting ahead of the curve. And an African-American woman, too. Look at Dorsey. What a guy. I can see that angle. Eddie says, should the Browns go after the Washington State coach? Calvin says Rice, no. And Jimmy says she's a leader. Bring her in. So we have some mixed emotions here on Condoleezza Rice. So you make sure, go to the Everything Browns Nation Facebook page. Take the poll so we can see how you guys feel. Go to the Everything Browns Nation YouTube page where we're streaming there as well. Make sure to give us a like. Give us a subscribe as well, as we will be giving you content there. We are trying to build this nation as big as possible. This is Fan Chat Nation, Everything Browns Nation here on Facebook and Twitter as well. Blaine said it's the Dorsey rule. The Rooney rule worked. Noah says it's a stunt to open the door for female coaches. Nothing more, nothing less. Jimmy says if they would hire her, maybe keep the coaching staff intact. Dorsey has got people talking. The league is talking. Here we go. We beat the Atlanta Falcons 28-16. How did you feel about that victory last week? How are you feeling when we won 28-16? I mean, how was Baker feeling? He said he was feeling dangerous.
I woke up feeling dangerous.
Woo! He woke up feeling dangerous.
I woke up feeling dangerous.
If I knew that, I wouldn't have picked the Falcons. He didn't tell me he was feeling dangerous. Man, I wish I would have knew that last week before I made that pick. Baker Mayfield woke up feeling dangerous last week against the Atlanta Falcons, and I wish I would have knew that before I made my pick. I was excited last week. I felt a different vibe, and I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Freddie Kitchens in what he did with that offense last week, it makes me wonder, what was Todd Haley doing? What was he doing? I mean, Freddie Kitchens has come in here, and in 2 weeks, the offense has just looked like something we haven't seen. He ran the wishbone, and Atlanta didn't know what to do, and oh my goodness, Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson was in the game at the same time. It looked like, oh my gosh, he's using our players. What do you do? The running game protected Baker Mayfield, and guess what? He did not get sacked one time last week. His jersey didn't get sacked. Now, he did run on a scramble, and he got hit out of bounds. But as far as dropping back the pass, he didn't get sacked. He had 3 incompletions because of great game management by Freddie Kitchens, and the way he called the game was brilliant. The running game controlled that offense, and Baker Mayfield was efficient. Nick Chubb took over that ball game. My goodness. Todd Haley, what was he doing? What was he doing with this offense? I have no clue whatsoever. But Freddie Kitchens is showing what he is made of right now. The wishbone just threw Atlanta all over the place. Nick Chubb ran all over them, and we beat them down and made me look stupid. But that's okay. Like I said last week, I will be wrong and be happy about it if it gets us wins. I love it. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, when we win, I am so excited. And let's see how you guys felt about that win, how you feel about Condoleezza Rice. And tell me just how you feel. Fan Chat Nation, we go over to the fans. What do you want to talk about? Let me know. Fan Chat, how are you feeling? Blaine, Jimmy says, hire her. Keep the, I read that one. Come on, Corey. Get it together. Corey says, I think women in football is a good idea. Calvin says, Rice predicting wins and putting those sideline headphones on is 2 different things. Clyde says, I can't lie. I was shocked that we won. I was happy, though. Blaine says, 1 in a row. Matthew Smith says, first game they played all 4 quarters. Great team win. Jimmy says, Haley was sabotaging. Blaine says Haley was busy watching old Squealer reruns. Forget about this. And then goes Kawhi laughing at those Squealers. You know, you had a good point. Todd Haley probably was reminiscing about those days. Jimmy says, not as a coach, the front office. Mark says would love it, but she has no experience. Scott's also with it. Haley was a saboteur trying to get Hugh's job. And Calvin says the Simpsons predicted 45 would be the president. Would we make Homer Simpson the head coach? Noah says Chubb is a beast, certified G. And Tony says Chubb was killing it. Yes, he was. Thank you, everybody, for making a comment. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the bye-week edition of Everybody Loves the Browns. No, that's not the name of the show, but I just made it up on the fly. Of Everything Browns Nation, and everybody does love the Browns because we beat the pants off the Atlanta Falcons, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Chubb got the Rookie of the Week. No surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you be surprised? Because we did the thing. Baker Mayfield was also up for the award, but I think after that game, we knew Nick Chubb was going to get that award. Speaking of the Rookie of the Week award, I mean, is anybody else going to get that award? I don't think so. I think they should just keep it in Cleveland, Ohio for the rest of the year. I know my guy, LA, who I haven't seen this week, it is his birthday. Shout out to LA. It's his birthday. I'm giving him a happy birthday shout out. He doesn't like the Rookie of the Week, but we deserved it that week since we won the game. Natasha says, I was shocked how they played. Where did that team come from? And Steven says Browns Nation is the best. Thank you, Steven, and thank you, fans. We are the best. We are here. We won. Take that, Atlanta. Take that, NFL. We are on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know we're going to have our ups. We're going to have our downs. But this is not the same Browns team. But I want to give you guys something to think about for the rest of the show. Since it's a little bit after the midseason, but I want you guys to give me your who are you most impressed with this season as a player? What player are you most impressed with? It's a little change up from the big dog of the week since we don't have a game. And what player has disappointed you the most this season? Who's impressed you the most and who has disappointed you the most? Let me know in the comment section. Coming into the season, who's impressed you the most and who has disappointed you the most coming into the season? All your expectations that you had. We are now in week 11. Who impressed you the most and who has disappointed you the most? The most. Let me know in the comment section who impressed you, who has disappointed you. Let me know in the comment section, and I will let you know who's impressed me the most and who has disappointed me the most. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Smith says, Corey, where did you get that hat? Matthew, I got this hat at Lids here in Columbus, Ohio. My good friend. And Blaine Cash says Denzel Ward has been his most impressive. And Jimmy says, I finally ordered a Baker jersey. First QB jersey I bought since Couch. He would have been good if not for him getting clocked so much. That is very good point, Jimmy. Very good point. Matt Davis said, impressed, honestly, Baker. Disappointed, sorry, guys, Peppers. I like it. His most impressed, Baker, disappointed, Peppers. All right, I like it. I like it. And for the most impressed, they get the big dog. We all know what that is. The big dog, we know what they do. But now, for the disappointment, this is what you get. Peppers, I'm sorry. But if they've been disappointed, this is what you get. I'm sorry. I know. It's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing, but that's what you get when you've been a disappointment. A little whiny, But disappointment, big dogs bark. Disappointing, you get the wine. So that's what you get. Let me know. Let me know. Who's your big dog? That's a big dog. Impressive. And who gets the little whine? You know, when they whine and getting on your nerves. Who has been disappointing? Let me know. Matt says, impressive Baker, most dissatisfied Collins. All right. Baker gets another big dog. And Collins, well, you know what you did. I'm sorry, Collins. I didn't say it, they did. I'm just saying. Scott says disappointed Agba, and he's impressed by Garrett. All right. While you guys are getting yours on, I'm going to go ahead right now and give you mine because you're going to go ahead and give yours throughout the show. My most impressive is Denzel Ward. Let me tell you why. A lot of people did not want the Browns to select Denzel Ward. A lot of people didn't want it. When they picked him number 4, they said, what are you doing picking him? That is too high of a pick. They wanted him to pick Chubb coming out. He went to Denver, the defensive end, to match with Myles Garrett, get that pass rush going. Dorsey said, no, I know what I'm doing. And Dorsey, we trust. And I mean, he has been nothing but spectacular this year. And you look what he's had to go against so far. I don't have all the receivers. Just off the top of my head, what he's went against. Julio Jones, Ridley, who's actually been in Atlanta. He's been quite a surprise. Schuster, Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, just to name a few of the receivers he has went against, blocking punts on special teams, the tackling he has done from the defense of position. And as a rookie, we're just leaving him out there. Go cover the best receiver. And he has been just impressive, and I am shocked. 42 tackles, 10 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 pass block. Rookie of the Weeks, Denzel Ward, for a fact, has overachieved this rookie year for the amount of hate he received for being picked the 4th picked overall by the Cleveland Browns. Now, Baker Mayfield has done his thing. Don't get me wrong. But Denzel Ward started from week 1, penciled in the number 1 defensive back for the Cleveland Browns to stick the number 1 receiver at most times. Now, sometimes he doesn't. I understand. But he is the number 1 target. They circle him in the film rooms. Let's go attack him. Now, I know he's gave up some plays, but all defensive backs aren't perfect. But this guy from Ohio State, now I know some people who see this is going to say, well, you're biased. He came from Ohio State. So what? Yes, I am. He has done his thing. Denzel Ward is my most impressive player for me coming out the Ohio State. My big dog, Denzel Ward, and he got the big dog bark. Thank you, G, for giving him his bark. He so much deserved. And I'm going to go back to my lovely Brown Nation fans because I love the fans. Without them, we are nothing. Matt says thanks. That was the hat. Noah says most impressive, Nick Chubb. Most disappointed, EJ Gaines. He's been hurt, though. All right, so he gave an outlier on the EJ Gaines. I appreciate that. Mike says Baker, most impressive, most dissatisfied Collins. I think I said that. My bad. I read it again. Natasha says, Corey, you're a fool. I love the dog sounds. Thank you. Mike Taylor says, I didn't want Baker or Ward, but both have surprised me. Okay. He says, I like the rookie LB also and Chubb. And Matt Davis says, I like your logic, dude. Ward is my number 2. I appreciate that. Now, on to my disappointing player. I know I might be a little harsh on this one, but guess what? I don't care. And I have thick skin if you say I'm mean. Hey, I'm always wrong on my predictions. Kawhi laughs at me, but I can take it. My most disappointing player, now I know a lot's been put on to him, but hey, you're a professional. Antonio Callaway. Where have you been? Where have you been, Antonio Callaway? The search warrant is out for you. Now, I know this may be a little harsh, but that is okay. Listen, we need a receiver to step up. We all thought, at least I thought, this is why this is my most disappointing player. I know I may be putting too much on a rookie. That may be my fault, but I'm going with Antonio Callaway. When Josh Gordon got shipped off for a box of Oreo cookies, Callaway had to step up, and he has done absolutely nothing so far. Now, I know it could be too soon, and he may show up after this show right now, and I may have to eat more crow, and that is okay. I have shown I am willing to do it. I've shown it. It's on my rap sheet. I will do it again, but right now, he's been disappointing. He was to be counted on. He's had too many drops. We can't have that when we have a rookie cornerback. He's supposed to be our deep threat to stretch the field. We took a flyer out on him. Now, I know he's not a number one pick. I understand. I get it. But this is my expectations. When you take over for number 12, I know he's not as good as Josh Gordon. I'm not saying that. But when we put you in that position, when we ship them off to New England for a box of cookies, then we need to get something in return. And we're not getting that right now. He is 7th in the NFL with drops with 4. That is not good. And I swear it's more than that, but that's what they told me on my research. I swore he's had more than that, but that is what they said. Hollywood Higgins have outplayed him. He's looked like the better receiver by far. He has to step it up because we are counting on him. He beats defenders and dropsies. He's had big drops. He has been a disappointment to me so far. I know who am I, but to me, he's been a disappointment. Baker looks for him, gets him the ball. He doesn't haul him in, doesn't get him done. He's had a couple off the field incidents so far. Now I know nothing has came of it so far, but hey, it's week 11. It's his first year. He has a lot of NFL career ahead of him, but right now, as of week 11, he has not footed the bill of the receiver beside Jarvis Landry that we have needed him to be. So Antonio Callaway, unfortunately, as of week 11, has been the player that has been most disappointing to me. Boy, that sounds disrespectful now that I think about it. That sound is just disrespectful. Oh, well. And going back to the comments, Jimmy says, I've been very impressed by Randall. Pepper had played much better this year, too. So he's got 2 people he's impressed with, 2 big dog barks that he gave, and he wasn't disappointed in anybody. Harlan said, most impressed with Money Mitchell, disappointed in the kicker. Well, we've had 2 kickers, so he just picked the position. And Mike Taylor says, I love Njoku, but I'm disappointed that we are not getting the ball to him more. The dude is definitely a beast, and when he has the ball in the open field, I understand he has dropped some passes, but everyone goes through that. So he likes the Njoku, but he doesn't like we're not getting him the ball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Everything Browns Nation. I see Josh in the building in the comment section. He's usually on Everything Buckeye Nation, but he is tuned in to Everything Browns Nation, and I appreciate that. See, I notice fans who are cross shows, because we are Everything Fan Nation as well. Go ahead and join that page as well if you haven't. Give it a like. Give this a like. Give it a share. You can catch us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. You can catch Everything Browns Nation on YouTube. We're going to have content on that page as well. Make sure you subscribe to that page as well. Give it a like. We appreciate everything that you do when you're here every Sunday. If you're here for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, the whole hour, we appreciate everything you do. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are 35 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. Alan says, go Brownies. Lee says we need a Megatron type. Fast Stellar Hands, Fearless. Zach says 59-10, Browns over the Bungles next week. Steven says Buckeyes defense is my big disappointment. Oh, my goodness, Lord. They gave me a heart attack yesterday. Steven, I am with you. Mark with the shades emoji. And Scott says biggest disappointment is special teams and kicker. Can you please get a special teams, the whiny? Oh, my goodness. He is so right on that. They need like 45 disappointments. The special teams has been just terrible. Well, who said the comment about the receiver? Lee Hout. You bring up an interesting discussion that we should have right now. According to Boomer Esiason, he was on a lovely podcast show. He said the Browns had significant discussions about one receiver in New York named Odell Beckham Jr. You all know him. You've seen him before. The Browns were in significant discussions about bringing him in on the trade deadline along with Golden Tate and other receivers, but they did not pull the trigger right now. But Boomer Esiason said they were in significant discussions about bringing in Odell Beckham. Now, what it will take, we do not know right now. But Esiason said it would have required a big price, and the co-host suggested conversations had to start with 2 first-round picks. At least, right? He actually heard the legitimate discussion in NFL circles, Esiason said. Now, we all know Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry are buddies, best friends. Their wide receiver coach right now is on the Cleveland Browns staff that they work with. Now, he might not be there if they get a new head coaching position, and it looks like, G, you want to chime in on this part?
Well, actually, I just wanted to comment here on people leaving comments on Facebook on Fan Chat Online Nation.
Okay.
If you guys are leaving your comments there, you can come over to the Everything Browns Nation Facebook page. That's where we're looking at them, but I will go ahead and give a couple shout-outs for people that left comments there. Chris Lyons, Zach Kaiser, appreciate you. You guys go ahead and jump over to that Everything Browns Nation Facebook page, and that's where we can have your comments read.
Zach Kaiser just left the comment, and I'm just going to say he does not like Boomer Esiason, and I will leave it at that. All right. So let me know, would you want Odell Beckham on the Browns, say, next year with Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb as your cornerstones with Jarvis Landry? I'm looking right now. Lee says, get him all day, every day. Steven says, drama, no for Odell. Alan says, don't like Odell. Zach doesn't like Boomer Esiason. Richard says, I don't know about giving up 2 first-round picks for him. We have a better shot drafting N'Keal Harry, the wide receiver from Arizona State. Neil says, a big no to big mouth Odell, no way. OBJ isn't worth 2 first-round picks, maybe a 1 and a 3. I'll tell you this. If Dorsey is looking into him, we all say in Dorsey we trust. I'm going back to the history of what I have been saying. Everybody was praising Dorsey for getting rid of Josh Gordon. No, we don't want him. But Dorsey is looking into Odell Beckham. Now, we all know Dorsey is not going to future the farm on Odell Beckham. He's not going to do it. So the Giants is not going to just lose Odell Beckham for nothing. They're not going to do it. So us getting Odell Beckham for a second and third. That's not going to happen. So do I see us getting Odell Beckham? No, I don't see it, because we're going to have to give the way of the farm to get him, and Dorsey's not going to do that. I can just tell by the way he operates. No, I'm not giving away the farm for a wide receiver. And like my good friend G says, what Super Bowl champion have you seen has a dominant receiver as the main piece? No. But now, would I want Odell Beckham? Yes, I would, for the right price. Why? Talent. Baker Mayfield in talent works. I like what I see in Baker Mayfield. Give me one wide receiver he has right now that can do what Odell Beckham does. I'll leave it right now. He doesn't have one. For the right price, I will take Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I am not giving away the farm for him. No, I am not, because Dorsey knows what he is doing, and I trust him in the draft process that he can build this team to succeed for the future. But if he could play a game of chicken with the New York Giants for them to blow it, and we can get Odell Beckham for the right price, are you kidding me? If he could pull a Bill Belichick, you know how Bill Belichick just roasts teams and gets players for the right price? I will do it in a heartbeat. Because Odell Beckham, if he gets a quarterback that can actually get him the ball, he changes lives on the offensive side of the ball. And I know he's drama-filled. The only star wide receiver I can think of that's not drama-filled these days is Julio Jones, star wide receiver that I can think of. Julio Jones, AJ Green, that's about it. Star, huge, beastie, that's about it. Odell Beckham, right price, I take him, not thinking twice. He is a bona fide superstar for the right price. Now, I'm not betting the farm on him because he's ouchy. He's had an injury history, so I'm not giving up 2 first rounds. I'm not giving up a 1 and a 2. Now, 2 and a 3, a 3 and a 4. Now we're talking. But I'm not giving up the farm for him. And if Dorsey is intrigued, then I'm intrigued, because I have been told in Dorsey we trust. Now, I'm not going to back off on that now. I've been told by numerous people, and his track record shows in Dorsey we trust. So if he's intrigued in Dorsey, of course he's intrigued himself. If he's intrigued in Beckham, I am too. Bill says, give Beckham a chance. Clyde says, oh, good one. How did I forget Michael Thomas? Blasphemy. Kawhi's laughing at me again. Kawhi is laughing at me. How did I forget Michael, Ohio State, Keyshawn Johnson, Buckeye Thomas? That was blasphemy at its finest. My bad, Michael Thomas. Arguably the best receiver in the NFL, roasting everybody, calling cell phones after he scores a touchdown, making Marcus Peter cry at the post-conference, calling out Sean Payton. My bad, Michael Thomas. I apologize. You're not a diva either, and arguably the best receiver in the NFL. My sincere apologies. My bad, Michael Thomas. I apologize. That was just terrible. See what the house they did to me yesterday? I'm just all over the place. My bad. Thank you, Clyde. Thank you. No. I would not take AJ over Odell. Sorry, Zach Kaiser, but I appreciate that. I would take Odell over AJ, but I'd take Mike Thomas over Odell. Give me some Mike Thomas, but that's not going to happen. Maybe NY would accept the 7th and the 5th rounder for him. And Dorsey, we trust. Oh, man, I would do cartwheels for that. Matt says, but does anyone agree that we could benefit from having a possession receiver like Edelman, Amendola, or Jordy Nelson? We have some good playmakers. We need some that can get us first downs. You get first downs repeatedly, you win. Jordy Nelson is old now. I don't take him. Brady Man Amendola, what he is. We see Amendola in Miami. Edelman,
You already got a guy like that too.
We can see we have Jarvis Landry. So we don't need nothing like that. We need a number one. Now we might have had one, but he was, had problems and issues. But we got one like that. He's just playing the number one out of position. Thomas needs to come to my Packers. Sorry, sorry, Browns. LOL, says Zach Kaiser. Mark says Baker Mayfield and Odell would be a good match, like everyone says, if the price is right. Natasha's barking. Carrie Lynn says, why are the Browns always in the basement? Browns have a ton of cap space. Harlan says, we got juice. Lee says, we need a Randy Moss. Alex says, Dez. Dez is done. Dez is done. Done. To answer Carrie Lynn's question, we are almost out of the basement. In Dorsey, we trust. Everybody tells me that. I am sticking with it. He is making the right moves, as you can see. Odell, I'm telling you, when we get him, I'm coming here talking trash. I will be a trash talker here in a minute. I don't talk trash at all because there ain't nothing to talk trash about. But I'll start talking trash if that happens. But I'm trusting him. So if I hear any rumors about any players he's looking at, I am not arguing with it. I'm not. I've been told not to. Everybody told me getting rid of Josh Gordon was the right thing. When I was upset, I was mad. They said, why are you mad? His attitude was bad. It don't matter. I dealt with it. I'm over it. So when I hear things about Odell Beckham, I'm down for it. Don't tell me not to be now. And Dorsey, we trust, and I'm with it. Nick Chubb, Baker Mayfield, Denzel Ward, get rid of Hyde, 1.8 yards per carry in Jacksonville off 8 attempts. Are you kidding me? Leonard Fournette was back. Brilliant move. And we got a 5th-round pick. It's not a high pick, but we'll see what's get out of it. All the moves he made right now has been boom. Like Mike says, we need something to take the top off the defense. I'm here. I am here. Mark says, Dad just needs to retire. Yeah, he's done. I got to say something. G was right. I give credit when credit is due. G was right. Listen, if y'all going to learn one thing about me, I'm one of the most honest people you will ever meet. When I'm right, I'll say it. When I'm wrong, I'll say it. And when somebody else is right, I'll say it. We have backstage conversations that I wish we had a camera back here. If we had Fan Chat Nation backstage combos, y'all would love it. He was telling me, you don't want Dez. Y'all heard it in conversations. You don't want Dez. I'm like, gee, player, calm down. Dez ain't that bad, homie. I think you just a little emotional. He's like, I ain't emotional, man. Dez is done, homie. I'm like, dog, Dez ain't done. He's done, man. I'm telling you, I've watched it. I seen the all 22 film. He's done.
I mean, he hasn't done anything since 4 years ago, so that should tell you he's not just going to magically become this amazing receiver again.
And he's done. He's done. He was right. I guess I was emotional, and I thought he was being emotional. Torn his Achilles, out of shape. He was out of shape. I'm just saying. Zach says Dad needs to go where careers in Cincinnati. Kerry says, how about you guys get Bell? Steelers don't want him. I don't want Le'Veon Bell. I don't. I'm good with him too. There's a rumor that he's going to the Jets, I think. I heard the Jets is like his destination. And there's another thing G was right on.
I heard about the Colts.
I heard the Jets. I heard the Jets as well. I still don't think Connor is as good as Bell, but Connor is doing the job. And the only reason why I don't think that is because he's not the receiver that Bell is. He's just not. He can't line up at the wide receiver position and run every route at the wide receiver tree. But he's doing the job. He's doing the job, but there's going to be somebody that's going to pay Bell. They just are. He's got the talent, but we ain't going to. We got Chubb. And Chubb we trust. Carrie Lynn is up here trolling the Browns. I think she's what fan is she? A Steelers fan?
I think she might be a
hit that. Hit that chant for me, man. Just hit it. Hit it for me. Job says we're developing an amazing receivers right now. Hollywood Higgins. I like Hollywood, man. That's my guy. Hollywood is my guy. Eli says, I wouldn't mind Bell, but we should spend our money on other areas. Chubb is a great value for the next 3 years. Oh, yeah. Chubb, I'm good with Chubb. We don't need Bell, man. He can get his money. I want him to get his money, though. I ain't throwing no shade. I want him to get his money. I want him to get paid. Just get paid with somebody that needs you. The Jets could use you. The Colts could use you. Andrew Luck could use a running back. Let's be real. He could use one. Go get your money, man. Natasha says, yes, Chubb all the way. Yeah, Carrie's a Steelers fan. I could sense it with all the hate that was coming in there. That's just disappointing. Mike says Carrie is a hater. And she says, Bell played a full season. He's injured too much and fails drug tests, and he's out of shape. And Zach says, Chubb is an excellent fit for Cleveland. But Carrie's a Buckeye fan, so I can take the 50-50. She's a Buckeye fan, so I can take the 50-50. It's okay. I can take the 50-50. Jeff said, needs more touches. He's talking about Chubb? I believe he's talking about Chubb. Jeff, if you could clarify, you're talking about needing more touches. I believe you're talking about Chubb.
I think he's talking about Mac.
Mac?
Who's Mac?
Mac who?
He said Mac is solid.
Oh, he's talking about the Colts running back. Okay.
And he said needs more touches.
Yeah, he's talking about Mac. Okay, running back for Colts. Got it. But let me know in the comment section one more time, who is your disappointing player and who is your most impressive player right now during the season? Who has disappointed you and who has impressed you? You know mine.
Mike Young said Carrie is a hater.
Yeah, I started that. Yeah. Callaway's disappointing. Denzel Ward has been impressive. And before we get off here, I didn't say this. I don't think I got a picture of this, but it's okay. Cincinnati has hired back our fearless leader, Hugh Jackson. He is going back to Cincinnati where all his glory has started. They are going to hire him back as a special assistant to Marvin Lewis. And he said he's just going to help him out in any way that he can. And he's happy to be home. That is very interesting. And Demarius Randall basically said all that is so you're going back to beat Cleveland because you got 2 more games against Cleveland. Just say what it is, Hugh Jackson. Just say what it is, Hugh. I love the picture, G. Kawhi loves the picture. Kawhi loves the picture, G. Hugh, just say what it is. Say it with your chest, Hugh. Come on, man. Listen, if I got fired from a team, I want to bust them in the head too. Say what it is. Say it with your chest, Hugh. Come on, man. Just be honest. I'm honest, man. And I told y'all and I told G and everybody I met. I'm petty, all right? I'm petty and I want revenge. If you fire me, I'm coming for you. Okay? Come on now. Oh, I just want to go home and I just want to help any way that I can, any way possible. Man, stop it. Stop it. All it is that you want to beat Cleveland for firing you. That's all it is. You want to fire the Browns after they fired you. You want to beat them twice, and guess what? We play y'all next week, so you want to beat us. Just say that. Say how you feel. Say it with your chest. Don't be all nice about it. Well, I just want to go home and, I want to go. I want to help Marvin. Oh, shut up. Stop it. Stop it, Hugh. Be real. You were 3-36-1. And I defended you. I was like, nah, man. We ain't got to get rid of Hugh. It ain't Hugh. Give him a chance. We got the talent. We got all this. We got all that. Be real, man. I'm just like, be real. Stop saying that you just want to beat Cleveland, and that's cool. I would feel the same way. I ain't throwing shade at you, but I tell you this, you got to be real with the situation. You got all the inside tracks on Cleveland, so you're going to give that to Cincinnati come next week, and that's fine. But you got to be honest with everybody. Like Demarius Randall said, you want to beat the Browns, keep it 100 to me, the fans, and Kawhi Leonard. Keep it 100. That's all I'm saying, man. Keep it 100, Hugh. You want to beat us, and that's fine. Don't act like you want to go to Cincinnati and you just want to go home and help any way you want. They got an offensive coordinator. They got a defensive coordinator. They got a special teams coordinator. So you just going to be there just to be some guy to help any way you want to help. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense to me. So they just wedged out a position for you. Really? Really? That's how it helped. That's just where we're going now. We're just creating positions because you want to beat the Browns. That's fine. I'm petty. I do the same thing, but I say it to the face. You fired me. I want to bust you in the head twice. I hope you get shut out. I want to beat the brakes off you. That's what I would say. But you don't want to be honest with yourself. You want to say, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Oh, shut up. Please. I didn't know how I felt that way, but it's cool. Josh said Hugh doesn't know how to win. Lee said he's special. Natasha said, Corey, how do you feel about Hugh? Richard said Hugh's going back to Cincy just to get fired again after Marvin Lewis gets fired. Hugh says, Kerry said, if you can't beat him, join him. Zach says Browns 59, Bungles 10. Eli says, I hope he gets fired twice in one season. Blaine said he wants to go to Natty to review some film. Lee says, Hugh, you talking about? Just says, I hope it backfires on him. Derek says he will have to watch the film. And Eli says, I guess if Nassib doesn't count it, it's definitely Chad Thomas or Austin Corbett. 2 picks that could be make difference, but that haven't seen the field. Lee says, Hugh on Hugh. And Mark says Hugh Jackson has been the biggest disappointment. Kerry says, move on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate everybody who's been on the show today because this is everything Browns Nation. From 11 to 12, we are here every Sunday. I want to thank the new viewers who've tuned in. Carrie Lynn's tuned in, hating on us, that Pittsburgh fan that she is, but that is okay. She's an Ohio State fan, so I'm going to give her a little pass on that one. I want to thank all the new viewers that we have, but you guys don't have to give her a pass in the fans. If you want to roast her, go ahead. Hugh Jackson, you're terrible for not saying you just want to beat us. That's pathetic and terrible. I want to thank everybody who gave me your biggest disappointment and who gave your biggest and best player so far this season. I want to thank everybody who voted on the poll question. Condoleezza Rice, yes or no. Jim Dorsey. In Dorsey, we trust. It's the bye week. We beat the Atlanta Falcons. I was wrong again. Oh, well. I'll take it. And Fan Chat Nation, give us a like, give us a share. And if you missed this show, go to Everything Browns Nation YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. We are trying to give you more content every week because we are trying to grow this nation as huge as possible. I can't talk. And if you know LA, it's his birthday. Shout out to LA. Happy birthday, homie. We love the fans. So, from Producer G, I'm Corey Boyd. We'll be back next week from 11 to 12 as we take on Cincinnati. Here we go. Carrie says a 3-6 team. Carrie, get it right. We are not 3-6, Carrie. 3-5-1. So if you're gonna roast right, because we tied you once, Carrie. Yeah, it is Everything Browns Nation. I am Corey Boyd. That's Producer G. I love everybody. I'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place, same channel. I'm out. Yeah.